We're up here at the pollinator field. This is the buddleia we transplanted from the house 2 weeks ago. Clearly it's not gonna make it. When we dug it up, part of the root system was rotten, so it was kind of a 50-50 chance anyway that it would make it. So I'm gonna use the hole and pop the new one in and make sure I've got all those extra roots buried, give them room to run, and we'll just call this one a loss, which is unfortunate, but that's what happens sometimes. Now the one we planted over here, it's hanging on. It looks a little bit droopy right there, but I'm gonna trim it up today and I think it's gonna make it just fine. So we'll pop this big one here and then I'll put that small one in the middle somewhere. New. Oh my goodness gracious. This used to be the site of a house long ago. And consequently there was trash. There's trash all up here. So here is the bottom. Here's the sole of a child's shoe. That just goes to show you that trash never goes away. Very good, thank you. These buddleias, this one's been trimmed up. I over trimmed it on one side up at the house because it was next to the porch, so that will fill out. This side is perking up from the transplant. We've transplanted the small one and the large one. Now they're going to be a little droopy until they acclimate, and then they'll puff out and be beautiful. This one already has little butterflies on it, hence the name butterfly bush, and it already has bees on it. So this is a great pollinator plant right in here with our pollinator field, and everything's looking real pretty. All right, on to the water. We are at the point in this project where I've moved the buddleias, I've cleaned up the grass and the weeds and the perimeter of the black paper, and now we're going to take up this black landscape paper. It's been down for 3 weeks, and there were grass and weeds and everything else underneath it. So let's see if it did kill all that. Here come my little helpers. I held it down with rocks and stakes, so I do need to move all this stuff over. I'm just going to throw them out of the way for now. Deal with it later. Look, it works! So if you need to kill some grass and weeds without chemicals, landscape paper. Now, some people use tarps, those heavy duty, what are they called? Not a tarp. Silage tarp. But this is just off of Amazon. This is what we use in the high tunnel. It blocks, it kills weeds. They're gonna go back up there. I borrowed them. it works. Now, I'm not working with Farmer's Friend. I'd like to, but they haven't sent me anything. But I ordered this. Holes. See, it's got holes already. Oh yeah, it's not gonna go very far, but that's okay. Go far enough. I'll go in the middle. I'll start in the middle. Well, it's a new day, and I have the infrastructure ready for the watermelon patch. I've got 2 places that I've got to put landscape paper back down to cover, but the rest is ready to go. So I have Wilson's Sweet growing already with double leaves. I have Sugar Baby. I have Strawberry Watermelon, which is just a very red inside watermelon. And then Jubilee, which are the big ones. So these are the small ones, medium size and large. So I'm gonna put the large ones on the outside in those holes. And I'm gonna put the small ones in the middle, I think, and then the large, medium-sized ones on the outside. Now, I've got more holes than I have plants, so I also have some seed that I'm just gonna stick some seed into those holes and see if that works. So I'll start with the strawberry, and all I'm gonna do is dig out this little hole that's right here. I've never planted in these holes before, but they're fairly easy. So let's bring you in a little closer. And I'm going to put a little biotone fertilizer in the bottom of each hole as well. About 9:30, so the sun is just starting to hit this area. It takes a while for it to come up over those tall trees. If those tall trees were gone, it would be sunny here very quickly, but not so. No, not strawberry. We're going to plant the Wilson Sweet in here. I've got a little bit of fertilizer. This is just biotone, espoma. It's organic. It works so great. This brand, not sponsored. Wish I was, but I'm not. So I sure would like a pallet of their things. Okay, so I'm gonna just sprinkle a little bit into the hole, like that. And then I'm gonna carefully take out one of these seedlings. Push from the bottom. Generally the nice way to do it, but I just watered them so they're kind of wet. I'm trying to get that whole piece out. There we go. Just like that, the whole plug out and down into that hole. Extra dirt. And just kind of pull that dirt up around to support that stem. Are all planted. So we have Wilson Sweet, Sugar Baby, Strawberry, and Jubilee. I had 2 extra holes, so I put Jubilee seeds in those 2 holes. So all of these are planted, and I've got this row of holes. So I'm just going to plant seed in here and let's see what happens. Those will have a nice head start. So I'm going to water them in. It's just easy, just as easy to water them in with a jug of water as it is to spray. That way I know I've got localized water going right down to those roots. I'm ready to plant seeds. It's just a matter of which ones I want. So this project is finished, and now we'll watch the progress of these watermelon and how they grow.